KK Java tutorials. In this shell scripting tutorial, we will implement one use case. There we will see how we can write some data into some file, and that data we will tell the user to enter from the terminal itself, right? So it's very simple, basically use case. So whatever data we will enter from the terminal, that will be read to the some file, existing file. If file already exists, that's fine. If doesn't exist, then I will just quit from the shell scripting by printing file doesn't exist. And if file exists, then we have to check whether we have write permission or not. If we have write permission, then we'll go ahead and tell the user to enter the data, whatever data user wants to write into the file. And after that, we will instruct the user to press Ctrl D to exit from the command, right? So we will use cat command for that. And if user doesn't have write permission, then we'll inform the user does not have a write permission in this file, something like that, right? So here I have already created a shell scripting file. I have given the file name as write data to file.sh, right? And here let's start. So first of all, I'm going to prompt a message using a read command, right? So I will ask user to enter a file, right? So here I'm going to ask the user enter file name. So this message will be prompt, and whatever file name user is entering, that file name I will save into this variable is called file name, right? And further I will make use of this variable. So first of all, I'll use a if condition, right? So in if condition you have to give this square bracket, and in beginning you have to give some space, right? And first of all, we'll check for existence of this file, and for that already we have discussed in previous video. To check existence of any file or directory, we have to use -e, right? So and after that I will check for this file name. If this file exists on my current directory, right, present working directory, that is nothing but inside my home directory I have a directory is called shell script, and from there I am just issuing all the commands. So this will check the existence of this file in my current working directory. If you want to check the existence of this file into some specific directory, then you have to give the absolute path or relative path. Yeah. Now if this is a case, then I will write then, right? Else also you have to give else. If this is not the case, then simply we will print a message like echo, right? And here I'll give something like that. I will inform the user file name we will print, and I will say does not exist. Yeah, simple message, right? If this file exists, then what else we have to do? We have to check, and of course finally you have to end this if condition, right? If condition you have to end. Always when if starts, then you have to write the end, and you have to write just reverse of if, right? Fi means if is ending. If this file exists, then I will check whether user has a write permission or not. Again I'm going to use if, and to check a write permission, of course you have to give a square bracket, and you have to give the space, and to check the write permission you have flag is called -w, and of course you have to give this file name, and you have to give a space as well, right? So after this big bracket you have to give a space, and after closing big bracket also you have to give a space, else you'll get problem, right? And if this is the case, if write permission is there, then I will write then I'll perform some operation, right? Else also we have to give what else, we will basically write a message something like that. If the user does not have write permission, then I will write file name, this file name does not have write permission, right? Simple message you have to print, right? And if this if has to be end, right? So here, sorry guys, so this if has to end somewhere here, right? So don't forget to give this end of this if, right? This if this if there is in if, right? Now here if a user has write permission, I'll go inside then, and here I will echo a message, right? I will echo a message, uh, enter some text, something like that, text. I will prompt a message, enter some text, something like that. To exit press control CTRL for control plus D, right? So this is instructing the user. Once we will go inside to write into a file, right? And for that I'm using cat command, right? So you have to give a double angular bracket, and after that file name where you want to do a write operation, right? So I want to write data into this file, right? And that file name I'm taking from the user. So here you have to give the double greater than sign. If you give the single greater than the sign, then what will happen if file is existing and that file contains some data, then whatever data you are going to write, that will be overridden, right? I don't want to that case. We want to concatenate in the existing files. If there is some content, I don't want to override, I want to just concatenate the new text in that file, right? And that's what we have a double greater than sign twice, right? Double times you have to give greater than, yeah. So pretty simple. So here just I'm asking to enter user to a file name, just I'm checking if file exists or not. Doesn't exist, then else condition, just I'm printing file doesn't exist. If that file exists, in that case, inside then again I'm using if, there I'm checking the write condition. If user has some write permission, then I go ahead and tell the user to enter some text, and to exit from the cat command, just user has to press Control D, and just I'm writing into this file, right? Just this is kind of a redirection, right? Output input redirection. And if user does not have write permission, then just I'm echoing this message does not have write permission, right? And that's it. This is very simple use case. Now let me run this shell script. So to run, I will write period / then I will write data of file, write data to file and .sh, and here you can see it is asking me to enter file name. So I'm entering test.txt, right? So this is saying file doesn't exist. So let me create the file. So I'm going to create a file using touch command, touch test.txt, right? So here you can see file is created. Now let me do the ls -l for long listing. Just I would like to check whether I have write permission in this file or not, and here you can see I have write permission, right? So user and group has write permission. Now I'm going to revoke write permission to check whether my source code is working fine or not. So I will use chmod -x, means just removing the write permission, right? And after that I'm giving the file name test.txt. So this will remove write permission from this file. So if I check, then that was supposed to remove write permission. I know. Okay, I have I have removed execute permission, guys. So I'm going to add execute permission back. I was supposed to remove write permission. Execute permission, just I'm giving to return. Just I have back store execute permission, but I would like to remove the write permission. To remove write permission, you have to write -w, means write, right? And if I do lsld, right, then here you can see write permission I do not have, right? Now here I'm going to run this script and see what happens. So what would be the expected output? Here to run, you have to write period / then I would write write data to file and press enter. I'm giving that file name as test.txt, right? It is saying this file does not have write permission. That's true, right? We have removed write permission. So this is checking this file basically exists, but this is checking this becomes false. So else condition is executed and saying that does not have write permission. So I am going to again provide the write permission, right? So let me again give the write permission plus w to add the write permission, right? If I do lsld, sorry guys, sorry, then here you can see I have stored write permission again to the user as well as a group. Let me clear and let me run this guy again. So I'm going to run and I'm going to specify test.txt. If I press enter, then saying that enter some text to exit, press Ctrl D. So here I'm going to enter kk, sorry, I'm going to enter something like that, welcome to kk Java tutorials, right? Something like this. And to exit, just I'm pressing Ctrl D, right? So I have exited, right? Now I could see the content of test.txt, right? Or you can go and click manually and you can check. So here I can see content of this file, right? So let me execute this script once again, and here again I would like to enter some text. So I'm running this script again and give me the file name test.txt and entering the text welcome to kk Java tutorials again, right? Something like this, right? And if I press I'm pressing Ctrl D, right? And if I check content of this test.txt, then here you can see text has been appended, right, instead of overridden. And that's the magic of greater than. If you give the single greater than, that content will be overridden when you try to override next time, right? So this is the use case. Is a simple use case I have implemented, right? So I hope you understood, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you there in the next video tutorial.